creating your editorial calendar to keep your messaging organized and consistent. So now that you've finished the audience engagement workbook, you should have lots of good topics and ideas for your top of mind messaging. So now let's talk about how to organize them into a master editorial calendar. So having a master overview is helpful in getting you into a consistent flow and make sure you are sending the right messages to the right people at the right time. That's the key to any successful top of mind strategy. So if the thought of compiling and organizing a calendar bums you out and makes you want to vomit, calm down, don't worry. These things don't have to be fancy and they're not meant to overcomplicate your life. I get it, you're all busy, time is of the essence. So the doc is actually meant to save you time and help keep you on track. So I'm going to show you an example of a filled out calendar and walk you through how you can set up your own. So let's pretend I'm targeting B2B CEOs and marketing and sales leaders. In the first column, I'm entering the date I'm planning on sending out the messages. On the days that I'm segmenting my audience and sending different messages to different personas, I've broken those up in separate rows. Now, the date I created this was August, and you can see I have all the dates listed out until January. You want to make sure your calendar is filled out and updated quarterly. I found that that's the sweet spot in making sure that your messages are staying timely and relevant. Planning things out too far in advance isn't good because shit happens. Things come up, schedules change, and just because a message is good to send right now doesn't mean that it'll be good to send a year from now. On the flip side, if you don't plan things out far enough in advance, then you run the risk of getting off schedule. And so then one day you wake up and you go, holy shit, I haven't sent out any messages for at least 6 weeks. So remember, consistency is key when trying to stay top of mind. The next column has the topics all laid out. Make sure that your topics and your dates match up. For example, if you're holding a webinar at the end of October, you want to send out messages for people to sign up for that webinar at the beginning of the month. Then once the message copy is all written, you can enter the script and the link to any resources you are sending. If you aren't sending any resources that month, don't worry about it. So then columns E and F make sure that your audience is segmented and tagged properly. And just a side note, column F, the tag column, will be discussed in greater detail when you're learning how to use the automation software. So if you're wondering what the heck's up with the tag column, don't worry. You'll find out soon enough. And then once you've sent out your messages for the day, you can mark an X in the last column as a reminder that your campaign is done and completed. So that's it. Easy peasy. Now I've also included another tab, which isn't technically part of the editorial calendar, but I like having a place to track new messaging ideas as they come to me. So it's taking what we learned in the audience engagement workbook and then transferring all those ideas and initial data to our editorial document. So I have some of my basic keywords listed, and to the left of those are the different subtopics that I've brainstormed. Then I've also identified the different personas that align with the topics and included an area to write down any notes and include any links to resources that might be helpful for me down the road when I'm writing my message copy. Now, you don't have to organize your ideas this way. You can switch it up to fit your own personal organizational style, but just remember, generating ideas is an ongoing process. To sum it all up, having a solid master plan in place for your top of mind messages helps you stay organized and consistent so that the messages you are sending are timely and engaging. Plus, it allows you to easily add new ideas as they come to you. Just remember to keep it simple. I'm just trying to help save you time here. Okay, so now the time has come for us to talk about scripts. For the next video, we will be talking about the keys to sending effective and actionable LinkedIn messages. So stay tuned.